Day. I'm Journey Taylor here with meteorologist Nathan Scott. And Nathan, it's beautiful outside, but it is brutally cold.
It is a pretty picture, but it feels like a frozen tundra out there. And I drove into work this morning.
Same.
It is interesting because the roads are snow covered, so if you don't have to be out, stay home because those roads, they're going to stay snow covered. The temperatures are not going to climb above freezing for the next several days. But let's talk about what's happening out there right now because most of the snow has moved out of central Arkansas. There could still be a flurry, but we're not expecting any additional accumulation. However, you folks down in southeast Arkansas, where you see the blue, that's not snow. That's more sleet mixed in with maybe a few snowflakes. But you see here what's going on through Monticello, through Hampton, Crossett. So southeast Arkansas, you'll contend with still potentially accumulating sleet over the next, I would say, 2 to 3 hours. And then it all moves out of here around 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon. The clouds hang on here in central Arkansas, more clearing off to the northwest. Look what happens on Tuesday, though. We'll see more sunshine out there. Sunshine returns, but it's still going to be very cold. Speaking of Arctic air, look at this, 13 degrees. That's the air temperature. That's not the feels like number. It feels even worse. Single digits right now. Fayetteville, Harrison, and with those winds, they're light, but they certainly add a bite to the air when you step outside. We've got the winds coming in from the north-northeast, about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So this is what you want to dress for. It's all about layers, ladies and gentlemen, because when you have temperatures this cold with the wind chill, you can get frostbite in about 15 to 30 minutes for any unprotected areas. We've got a wind chill advisory in effect all the way until noon on Tuesday because wind chill values will drop 0 down to as much as 10 below in some areas. Staying below freezing over the next at least 2 more days, but things will start to change in our favor. I'll let you know when we'll see temperatures climb above freezing and also what to expect for the rest of the new work week coming up.
All right, thanks, Nathan. And we are bringing you winter weather team coverage this afternoon. The big question on minds of many Arkansans, what are the roads like? Rebecca Brown has more on streets here in Little Rock. But first, let's check in with Brooke Buckner, who's keeping an eye on the interstates for us. Hi, Brooke.
Hi, Journey. Good afternoon to you. I am alongside Interstate 630 in downtown Little Rock, and as you can see behind me, not a whole lot of traffic is moving right at this moment, but I have noticed in the last 20 minutes or so, there appear to be a little bit more cars on the interstates venturing out, but I will say I'm very glad today is a holiday because if this was an ordinary Monday and people had to go to work and things like that, there would be a lot more cars behind me on the interstate. But thankfully, people are listening to officials and they are staying home. I understand some people can't. If you absolutely have to get out, make sure you take it slow, take all the proper precautions. Make sure you're giving yourself enough distance between you and the cars next to you, in front of you. It is pretty hard to see lanes out there. I'll speak from my experience. I was driving from West Little Rock on 630 coming downtown about 2 hours ago. And it is hard to see if you're in the lane or not because one lane seems to be plowed better than the rest of it, but I've already seen RDOT trucks come by plowing the snow out of the way. They're trying to work as quickly and safely as they can to keep people like me safe who have to get to their destinations. So just take it slow, and remember, we've been telling you all morning, if you don't have to get out, please just stay home, enjoy your snow day, drink some hot cocoa, things like that. It's a perfect day to do it. But I will tell you, I just checked the iDrive Arkansas app, and as of like 10-20 minutes ago, there have been some new wrecks reported, especially on I-40, kind of near Forest City area, and on Highway 67, and also on I-30 near Haskell. So be prepared for some traffic, some slowdowns. Again, if you don't have to be out, please don't. For now, I'll go ahead and send things back to you, Journey.
All right, thank you, Brooke. And turning now to the streets here in Little Rock, that's where we find Rebecca Brown this afternoon. Miss Rebecca, how are things looking in the city?
Hi, Journey. Good afternoon. I could definitely use that hot chocolate that Brooke was mentioning earlier. It's definitely a winter wonderland out here on Markham and University. On my drive here, it was not too bad, but if you look at Markham University, it's a little bit of a hill right there. And if you take a look, some cars have been slowing down once they get towards that middle. There's not a lot of traffic coming through here so far. but the roads are still thick with snow over here. They're as slick as they can. As we know, we've been covering stories all week about RDOT and City Public Works treating the roads with salt and sand. But when you're going down hills like this on Markham University, you might want to slow down and just use a precaution and go down as slow as you can. Another thing with the roads right now, it's pretty clear, but as you mentioned earlier, it's very slick, so I would just be as careful. But we did speak to Public Works City of Little Rock, and they did mention how they are treating roads like Markham and University, as well as Chenal and Cantrell, those primary roads to get to those first responders, so the first responders can have an easier path when in need of, just in case of emergency, like the hospitals, police stations, fire stations. They will not be treating the neighborhoods right now, but they will be getting to it. So be patient with them and just be safe while you're driving out here. Back to you, Journey.